It's Breaking the News with Des Clark.
Hi, I'm Des Clark, and this is Breaking the News, the show that breaks the week's news and asks four opinionated panellists to put it back together again. And joining me this week is comedian Catherine Bohart, and with her is stand-up Christopher MacArthur-Boyd. And facing off against them is comedian and commentator Jeff Norcott, and joining him is stand-up and actress Wendy Wason. In the news this week, New Zealand MP Julianne Genter got on her bicycle early last Sunday and headed to the hospital. She was already in labour and gave birth an hour later. However, it wasn't all good news, as her Deliveroo customers are still waiting for their pizza. Australia's third largest banking group is facing a fine for charging financial advice fees to thousands of dead customers. The bank said that in their defence, none of those customers actually complained. And an actor who participated in the January 6th US Capitol riots is in court after FBI agents saw him in Jesus Christ Superstar. They were acting on a tip-off from the guy playing Judas. Right, you've met the panel. Let's crack on with round one! And this is the Broken News round, where our teams have to guess two major stories of the week that have been mashed together into one single news headline. So, Catherine and Christopher, can you tell me our first story, please?
Nicola Sturgeon has told her party's conference
that the military would be called in to help
campaign for an independent Scotland, COVID permitting.
Meanwhile, Boris Johnson has said another
poll on the country's future
is needed to stop all adults earlier than had been previously planned.
Catherine, any ideas as to what our first story might be about?
Yes, because my mother keeps calling me about it. Omicron, how are we saying it?
That is the right answer. Well done, Catherine. It is the news that the Omicron variant of COVID-19 has been detected in the UK, with at least 9 cases in Scotland. As a result, changes have been made to testing for those entering the UK, and the COVID booster programme is being sped up across the country as well. Nicola Sturgeon says all Omicron cases in Scotland are linked to one single event at present. Yes, we know that. It was a guy that ate a bat a couple of years ago.
But I love that she's gone like, oh no, it's definitely not a COP26, and it definitely wasn't anything like that I sanctioned. It was a private event that no one knows anything about. Right.
Well, there you go. It is all happening. Omicron is here, Catherine. You're getting calls from home. Are you worried about it? Are you concerned?
I mean, yeah, I'm concerned in that way that we've all had an intense low level of dread for the last 20 months. It's like, I don't know, very early on in lockdown, I realised that this was all worse for optimists. Like, if you had any hope, then it's bad. If you thought the world was a good, positive place and things were going to work out well, it's been a tough 2 years.
Christopher MacArthur-Boyd, we've got Omicron. Are you concerned about the new variant?
I'm not that concerned, really.
No.
I would say, well, I was reading about the World Health Organization, and they were saying it's quite mild. So if it's on the level of a korma, you know, when we get to the Vindaloo level variant, I'll be like, right, I'm concerned. But if it's butter chicken, we're sorted.
You know, like on the curry menus where they have 1, 2 or 3 chilies, it has 1, 2 or 3 booster jabs next to it.
What are you saying to it, Jeff, then? Are you worried about the new variant?
Yeah, well, no, it's part of the Christmas period, isn't it? They release a new variant. It's like the John Lewis advert or the Coca-Cola truck rolling into town. You see those things, you go, best get the turkey in. It's a tradition. But I should say as well, Des, that I have had the vaccines, and I had the Pfizer because I'm very patriotic. But if I want something done properly, I will go German. Not an idiot. Do you know what I mean? I'm not a fool.
So far, so good then. Wendy, what do you make about this? There's a new variant, Omicron. Are you concerned about it?
Do you know what? I'm so sick of like the more panic stations. Panic every day, panic. I've got like kids that are just sort of over it. Like my youngest is 10, and at school they don't play tag anymore. They hit each other and shout COVID and run away.
I do think that like the threshold for it though, because we all remember. I mean, you can do nostalgia humour now about COVID, can't you? Almost, yeah. But only in the style of a Northern club comic. Like, yeah, remember the old tier system? Who remembers that, eh? Remember that? Those were the days. Remember when your mate was in tier 2 and you were in tier 4? And you were so jealous of him, and then one day he got bumped straight to tier 4. Best day of your life, wasn't it, Des, eh? Best day... Hey.
We've got to a stage now where there's chitter, that there may be another lockdown looming. It's going to be very hard to sell. But, Catherine, how would you sell another lockdown?
Do you remember, in lockdown 1 and 2, the way we all sort of set like New Year's resolutions for afterwards? Like we were finally going to have work-life balance, and it turns out companies didn't need us in there the whole time, and actually it's quite nice to occasionally see your children and eat a vegetable instead of pret a manger. We're like, the world was our oyster. We had so much potential. I was like, maybe we're going to find something, maybe we're going to like move to a better world. And then it turns out that extreme capitalism, or indeed the house, always wins. So I guess my sales pitch is like, stay inside. It's awful out there.
I think if you put protect the NHS at the end, it's got a chance. People like that.
A little rainbow.
Yeah, just and protect the NHS.
There's a good starting point for us, though. Unpopular as it will be, if another lockdown is coming, Christopher, how would you sell it?
I feel like it would be an unpopular decision, but I feel like Nicola Sturgeon could get away with it if every household was promised a PlayStation 5.
Congratulations. Right answer, yes. England has followed Scotland's lead by making face masks once again compulsory on buses. However, there's no word yet on when they'll be making it mandatory to, at the end of the bus journey, say, thanks, bye, driver. Bye. Thank you. My highlight of every Scottish bus journey, that. The Omicron variant is the correct answer. Catherine and Christopher, well done. You get 2 points for that. Now to you, Jeff and Wendy. What was the other story we were after? Jeff, any thoughts?
I'm really glad you came to me first on this, Des. So I feel like I'm the guy to really push this story forward.
Let's just sit back and let an English Tory tell us about Scottish independence.
So, yeah, that's Nicola Sturgeon, who definitely hasn't been campaigning at all for independence for the last couple of years. Yeah, she's absolutely put that on ice. Hasn't said a word. Now she thinks that she should start campaigning again.
Well done, Jeff. It is the right answer. In a speech earlier this week, First Minister Nicola Sturgeon said she would work over the course of the year to ensure a second independence referendum before the end of 2023, COVID permitting. We also have to be very careful when talking about this story. If you say Scottish independence 3 times, Alex Salmond will appear. Wendy, what about it then?
I don't even know how people in Scotland care about independence that much at the minute. Like they say, it's not even the top 5 priority for most Scottish people. But like after health service and after rejoining the EU and all that stuff we've got going on, that she just reminds me of what my mum when she split up from my dad, just slagging him off constantly. And it kind of feels like anything Boris Johnson says. Boris says we don't have to wear masks. Get your masks on. It just feels like everything she says she goes against. Like whatever that's her sort of remit. Whatever he says, we're doing the opposite.
Obviously, I would love Scotland to stay part of the Union, but there would be some returns if Scotland was a genuine foreign country. It would be if I said to my wife, "Babe, I'm taking you on an exotic foreign holiday." Hey, I'm taking you to Perth. She'd go, "Oh, that's nice." I go, "No. The stopover won't be in Singapore. It's going to be a Travelodge in Berwick-upon-Tweed."
But I really do feel like a major factor last time was that for people voting against independence was the fact that if we left Britain, we would have left the EU. And what kind of clown country would do that? Do you know what I mean?
I think it wasn't necessarily inevitable, but there was something beautiful about... I think there's something inherent in Boris's reluctance to have one that makes it almost more inevitable. Because, yeah, it does sound like she's saying, I'm going to join the gym. But if your ex-husband was like, you'll never join the gym, you'd be like, I'm putting my leggings on.
If a referendum does happen, obviously, you need a really good slogan to get you across that winning line. Jeff, what would your slogan be, depending on what side you were on?
Well, no, I'll be on the side of the union. I would say we talk a lot about what divides us, but let's talk about what unites us. Crap weather. Our football teams always let us down in the end. And we all hate American tourists. So let's unite. There you go. 1 clap for that. That's a start. I'm polling at 1% of the room.
I love that. What do you think about this then, Wendy? What would be your slogan if you were part of this referendum campaign?
19 out of the last 50 odd UK Prime Ministers have been to Eton. 19 of them, and only one went to Kirkcaldy High.
Let's balance it out. More fifers in power.
Fifers in power.
We're up for that. What would your slogan be, Christopher, if you were involved in the referendum?
Last referendum, we had yes. Probably could have tried harder. And then we had better together, which was a better motto, but it was a bit condescending. I think this time we just double down on the yes and we just go, the slogan is, oh dear God, please, yes.
Alba MSP Neil Harvey has said that independence must not be lost in a time warp. Yet again, the main concern amongst ministers is if the party took a jump to the left or a step to the right. Well done, Jeff and Wendy. You get 2 points for that. It was the potential second independence referendum for Scotland. And at the end of that round, the teams are on 2 points apiece. Now, so much of our news is about public opinion, and this week we spoke to veteran journalist Bill Whiteford and broadcaster Katrina Shearer. So, Jeff and Wendy, what story do you think Kat is on about here?
I couldn't actually believe that media were publishing a picture of the guy's face. You're not supposed to know what he looks like, surely. How can you do secret stuff if you're telling everybody about it? You can't really undertake secret missions if everybody knows about it.
I think this is the MI6. This is the MI6 story about them being more open.
It's the right answer, yeah. Good on you, yeah. This week, MI6 Chief Richard Moore said that the secret intelligence service needs to be more open in order to do its job properly. As well as real-life spies, he talked about the James Bond franchise and said, we embrace James Bond even though we know it's not true life, before jumping through a window and activating his jetpack. So it does seem odd, Wendy, talking about a secret intelligence service being more open. Are you surprised at this?
I'm baffled. It's like that by the very nature of what they do, it's meant to be secret. It's almost like the government giving us rules and then having a completely different set of rules from themselves. It doesn't make any sense, does it?
Well, there it is, giving the game away. Jeff, we're talking about MI6. They're saying they need to become more open. Are you surprised by this?
I mean, we're checking in online. Yeah, that's what you want from a spy, isn't it? James Bond on his Instagram going, yeah, just checked in at Blofeld's volcanic island. Hashtag no time to sunbathe before buffet lunch.
Well, I think it's quite telling because he said that the four main concerns were China, Russia, Iran, and other international territories. So what, the rest of the world then, yeah?
Yeah.
Why did anyone else think aliens? No? Okay.
Christopher, we've got MI6 now saying they're going to become more open. Is this a surprising development for you?
I was very surprised to find out that the guy in charge of MI6, is his name Richard Moore or Rupert Moore?
His name is Richard Moore.
Richard Moore? I feel like he's just got that job because his name sounds like Roger Moore. Who's the next guy going to be? Sneers Brosnan? Just like...
I think it's John Connery.
That's why I've always found it strange that like representations of spies in films are always older dudes. It's like, if it's secrets you want, get teenage girls on the...
Yeah.
That would modernise the entire spy system. It's like, you want secrets, ladies are your people.
A good spy is a spurned woman and all
Yes.
her girlfriends. We know how to do it. We know how to dig dirt, and we have really good memories for things you did wrong to us.
Oh yeah, we can hold a grudge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one holds a grudge like an ex-wife.
No.
Like, remember back in 1994 what you said? No, I do.
Yeah.
It will just soon be something that you can just shout at Alexa. Do you know what I mean? Just go, where's the Russian ambassador? And if Alexa answers in a Russian accent, then we've already lost.
British spies were recently provided with a new gadget that allows them to hide in plain sight and go unnoticed in any situation. It's a mask of Scottish Lib Dem leader Alex Cole-Hamilton. And if you don't know who that is, that joke works even better. Yes, the future of MI6 is the correct answer, Jeff and Wendy. So, Catherine and Christopher, what do you think our Bill is talking about here?
If it had been any better, it would have been worse. It's my second favourite of all time. Of course, there's a romantic vision of Scotland, all that tartan and haggis and whiskey and big castles. But why not? It sells.
Is it that new Netflix film, A Castle for Christmas?
Yes, it is, of course, Brooke Shields' new movie, A Castle for Christmas, which has received rather mixed reviews, with many panning the film for its portrayal of Scotland on screen. Netflix seemed in on the joke, though, as they tweeted, dubbing the film the most accurate depiction of Scotland ever seen on screen. Christopher, have you seen it? Do you understand the backlash?
I seen it. I watched it last night. It's bad. It's bad.
But is
How
it so
bad
bad it's good? Is it, one of
Is
those
it so
ones?
bad it's good, or is it
No,
bad?
it's so bad it's bad.
Oh,
You know?
Catherine, I don't know if you've seen the film. Do you understand the backlash?
I do, because I know what you mean, but they could have at least used Scottish actors. Like, I mean, someone who could do, like, Mel Gibson, you know what I mean? Just someone from the place who gets the culture. Do you think Brooke Shields is okay? Do you think she's in debt or something? I'm worried about her.
Wendy, can I just say, you're a fantastic Scottish actor. Could you not have got a shout for this film?
It's too Scottish
Too
for
Scottish
it.
for you, yeah. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it, no, because but my other half is in, because America has this tradition of Hallmark movies. Are you aware of this? They have a Christmas channel. Yeah. So it starts after Thanksgiving, where everyone starts watching Christmas movies. And my husband was in one, and he played Prince Leopold of Cordinia. It's called A Royal Christmas, and Jane Seymour plays his mum in it.
I have seen that.
I'm so in.
And the amount
Genuinely
of
have.
times we get stopped in airports by middle-aged American women going, Prince Leopold? And I'm like, no, he's not Prince Leopold. He's getting the bags.
Jeff, what do you make of this? Obviously, it's not an accurate portrayal of Scotland, not for the first time.
Like, it does happen. You get stereotyped. Like, Londoners are always the villains in kids' films, aren't they? Go and get the puppies and throw them in the bank. Right? Well, now, quickly, right, you little...
Is it just maybe that Americans don't get us?
I love Americans, man. I think they're great. They come over here and they ask all these questions. I love giving them advice about stuff to go and see. Like, I always say to American tourists over here, I go, if you like Scottish history, you need to check out the Glasgow Fort. Oh. So many battles were fought and lost there, and then they show up and they're like, oh my God, William Wallace had a Wagamama's. This is...
But also, like, why are we pretending we don't play into it? Like, in Dublin, there's an actual leprechaun museum. I brought some American friends there, ironically, and there was a woman, also Irish, giving the tour, who was, like, earnestly being like, there is a Disney representation now of leprechauns, but let me tell you some facts about leprechauns.
Jeff, you've mentioned this. England can get a tough old time in films as well. Worst portrayal of England on screen then?
Well, I love the Star Wars films, but everybody in the Star Wars universe who's a pain in the backside is English, right? It's either the evil Imperials or C-3PO, okay? If there's an English person in a galaxy far, far away, they're either blowing up planets or moaning. C-3PO is like an annoying tourist from Tunbridge Wells, isn't he? Oh, well, I didn't think it would be hot on this sand planet. Do one, mate, seriously. It'd be much better if C-3PO had just been one of those cockneys. Oi, R2-D2, don't go running away from me, son, all right? Sick and tired of you mugging me off. You old rust bucket. That'd been a much better comedy dynamic.
Yes, the recent portrayal of Scotland on screen is the correct answer, and 2 points goes to Catherine and Christopher. You're tuned to Breaking the News on BBC Radio Scotland with me, Des Clark. This round is all about who's in the news. So I will play you a clip of a mystery person. All you have to do is tell me who it is. Catherine and Christopher, you're up first this time. Who is this?
The moment we landed in Vegas, we never stopped moving until the moment we left. We just went to the pool, we went to see a show, we went to dinner, we went to the club, and then I got on a plane and went to work.
It's Rihanna, right?
It's absolutely right, yes, it is Rihanna. The Barbadian singer and businesswoman has this week been declared a national hero by the country's Prime Minister. She was awarded the honour during an event to celebrate the island nation becoming a republic. Barbados and Scotland have totally different criteria for earning national hero status. In Barbados, you have to sing a couple of catchy tunes, and in Scotland, you have to punch a burning terrorist at an airport. What do you think about this then, Christopher? They became a republic this week. Rihanna declared a national hero. What did you make of the events there?
I'm very happy for Barbados. I'm very happy for them.
You're actually reciting Prince Charles's speech.
It's nice to see somebody proud of where they're from, but in fairness, they're making her a national hero. So it's easy to be proud of where you're from when everybody likes you. If she was public enemy number 1 and she was still proud, that would impress me.
So if hated by her home country...
Yeah, and she was like, I don't care, I love these creeps, you know? They all want to kill me, I'm on board.
Catherine, what about it? We're talking about Rihanna, now a national hero. Who would you make a national hero?
Of Scotland?
Well, yeah, if you want.
Who makes that fudge?
Who
I'm a big fan.
Who makes the fudge?
I'm a big fan. No, seriously, whoever makes the fudge.
We'll find out. Is it Mrs. Tilly?
I think it's my nana.
Yeah, there's a...
She makes fudge. I don't know if it's your
Her,
specific
please.
fudge.
I love it.
Who would you make a national hero? Christopher?
What about me? Could give it a bash.
Okay.
I'm all right at my job.
Why you make the argument then for Christopher MacArthur Boyd, national hero?
I try my best.
Is that your slogan? I try my best.
Try my best to protect the NHS.
Prince Charles was invited to speak at the transition ceremony, formalising the move. Speaking in front of a crowd in National Hero Square in Bridgetown, he said, "I would like you to know I was this close to being your head of state." This close. Well done. 2 points to Catherine and Christopher. That was, of course, Queen Riri, Rihanna herself. Right, Jeff and Wendy, it's your turn now. Who is this and why are they in the news?
I mean, I love sport. I come from a very sporty family, so it was second nature to me to want to play actively with my kids. As a result, they develop very good hand-eye and foot-eye coordination skills, which are kind of those skills that underpin any sport.
Judy Murray?
Yes, it is Judy Murray. Judy Murray has said that she thinks we have largely wasted the opportunity to build a legacy from her son's incredible tennis success. Judy has said that she believes the best way to encourage people from rural and disadvantaged areas into the sport is to capitalise on Jamie and Andy's success, but she fears that it may be too late.
I thought it was quite harsh when she was like, well, you know, they're 34 and 35 and they don't have many good years left in them. Mum, shut up!
Are there any other mothers of sports people that are so intrinsically... Like, they never say, all right, let's go pitch side to Harry Kane's old dear. And she's... I mean, look, with all respect, the weather in Scotland, I mean, playing tennis is like an extreme sport, isn't it? I mean, the best...
But hang on,
best way to improve tennis in Scotland is roofs.
I tried to get into tennis, but, like, if you don't live next to a tennis court, you kind of just have to pretend that the net's there. And then you're basically just miming, and you're like, no, that was in. And you're like, no, that hit the invisible net that isn't actually there. Cool.
We just see you looking up and we're like, oh, I know what he's doing.
For Scotland over the last decade or so, because of Jamie and Andy, tennis has become like our national sport. But if it's not to be, what do you think should become our national sport? Wendy?
I'll tell you what I'm really good at is reading negativity into a text. And I'll read it back to my husband and he'll be like, read that again. I'll be like, listen to this. Hi, Wendy, it was great to see you. We should meet for coffee. What a cow.
What do you think, Jeff? If not tennis, what should be our national sport?
In Glasgow, cheering when people drop pints. Like, I was in a... Last time I toured up here, I was in a pub and the reaction time was world class. You know what I mean? I wasn't even aware that it hit the ground and they would cheer. I was like, what's going on? But that...
Mate, we've got together. We trip the people up. So, yeah, cheering when people spill a pint and moaning is great. Catherine, what do you think then? If not tennis, what could be our national sport?
In Edinburgh, maybe endless hill walking? Is there a hill that goes down?
Christopher, my friend, if it's not going to be tennis, what should be our national sport?
Kirby.
What is
that? That is a real working class sport.
Now, for those that don't know, explain the rules of Kirby.
Does not have it? Does not have roads? It's like basically two people stand on either side of a road all you need is a curb on either side and some wee guy to go, "Cars coming!" And you hold the football above your head and you throw it at the other person's curb, and if it bounces back to you, you get a point.
Oh, yeah, we did that.
What do you call it?
Kirby.
Well done, Judy Murray is the right answer, and 2 points goes to Jeff and Wendy.
2 points.
And it's time now for our final quickfire round, which is all about deciphering the numbers in the news. So I will read out a headline. All the teams have to do is fill in the blanks. So get ready, teams. When we run out of time, you'll hear this.
Oh, well, that sounds like a delicious offer.
There's our very own Gary Robertson live from Greg's. Right, fingers and buzzers, here we go. Only 16% of us would do what in a restaurant? Catherine.
Bring our own cutlery.
Only 16% of us would do what in a restaurant? Wendy.
Touch the menus.
So glad you said menus. Only 16% of us would do what in a restaurant? Jeff.
Regurgitate food into the mouths of our young like guillemots.
All right, I'll give you another go. Only 16% of us would do what in a restaurant? Chris.
Is it refuse to say when as the waiter grates the parmesan? And just watches his hand disappear.
Lovely answer. I can give you the right answer now. Only 16% of us would order the most expensive wine in a restaurant.
Oh, well, that sounds like a delicious offer.
And there is our klaxon. Gary has Robertson. It means it's all over. And at the end of the quiz, our winners this week are Catherine Bohart and Christopher MacArthur Boyd. And commiserations to Jeff Northcott and Wendy Wason. And we'll leave you with the breaking the news. Breaking news just in. Jacob Rees-Mogg has been investigated over a possible breach of rules involving undeclared outside earnings of millions of pounds. The NSPCC are also investigating how much involvement his children have in his chimney cleaning business. Hundreds of starfish and other sea creatures have been found washed up on a beach near Nairn as a result of Storm Arwen, in what's being called the worst ever episode of SpongeBob SquarePants. And actors are eagerly dusting off their glass slippers for this year's performance of Cinderella at Eden Court in Inverness. It would have been Snow White, but for the second year running, Sneezy has had to self-isolate. The news is broken. I've been Des Clark. Goodbye!